This is HS Television, and as usual, this is the show, Your Accounts, where we hold political leaders accountable for their actions and then their contribution to nation development. Today, I have a guest, a resource personnel in the studio in the name of Reverend Nana Agradaa, and then we are going to be having, this is our own editorial, a brief discussion on the video that surfaced online about the CEO of the Precious Minerals Marketing Commission and also the acting CEO of the Ghana Gold Board, which was recently inaugurated, Honorable Sammy Gyamfi. Reverend, you are welcome.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right, so first of all, I want us to take it from this tangent, right? Let us look at the act in itself.
Yeah.
People are tagging it, first of all, as an act of opulence. And then in the recently launched Code of Conduct by President His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, he said public officials shouldn't exhibit a life of opulence. Do you think this is an act or a life of opulence?
All right, thank you. And good morning to our viewers. Well, to me, from normal life perspective, as individuals, we see people and we honor them sometimes, or we do good to them. So from that view, or from that perspective, I feel that that was kind of a good gesture to the woman. With the man having any intent of showing opulence or affluent lifestyle. But then, considering his position now as acting CEO and a CEO for that matter, and as you said, there is a code of conduct in that regard. And so, having that in mind, it should guide you as to how you go about your daily activities. And based on that, I think he could have avoided being on camera. Yes.
All right. So, thank you very much for that submission. When the video hit online, he came with an apology. He posted an apology on his official social media page.
Sure.
And then he said it is his act of giving back to society, which is like he always helps the needy. And people are saying, social commentators are saying, the person in question, the recipient in question, who is Agradaa, Evangelist Mama Party, isn't somebody who is needy.
That's relational.
Okay.
You get it? That's relational. Sometimes we see people display some kind of wealth, but then in actual fact, they might not have those things that they display or they demonstrate. And I don't also think that if there's a proverb they call, they say, hypocrite should to go.
Okay.
To wait, even the oceans still demand water. And so, even if the woman is having money or she's rich or whatever, it doesn't stop anyone from, reaching out to her with a kind gesture or being generous to such a person. It is only the intent behind. And you see, you cannot do this without, exonerating the woman. What came into the woman's mind to film that particular act? Okay, what was the intent of showing that? Because it isn't, or it wasn't Sammy Gyamfi who brought the issue out.
So you are sensing sabotage?
Exactly, not necessarily sabotage, but I think both of them never perceived the issue, to go viral like that. You get it? That is how I see it. Because I think I've heard also from the woman, say that she never anticipated the backlash from the populace. You get it? And I think that also reflects in the letter that the man wrote, that he was only, being good to the woman, giving her money to buy fuel. But then this where it has taken him to.
All right. So I heard that the chief of staff, Honorable Julius Deborah, has invited the gentleman in question, Mr. Sammy Gyamfi, to his office. What with the results that came from that meeting, are you satisfied?
Okay. In other jurisdictions, the man could have been fired by now. You get it?
Let me come in again. Do you agree with social commentators who are saying he should be fired? Because especially with the way His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is leading this nation in a part of integrity. Sure. You get it? Yeah. Do you think he should set a scapegoat?
I think I should be fair to those saying that. However, you see, even if you go to court, sometimes there's what they call history or records. As the person being consistent in doing things like that. You get it? So, being the first person to do, I think, but my own point of view, I believe that this should be a warning to him.
Or you can say, it's an editorial. So
exactly. So I believe that people shouldn't. They shouldn't. They can say whatever that they want to say about the issue, and I don't begrudge anyone with his or her view. But to me, I believe that yes, the caution is okay.
Which is the warning from
the president. And I think the man should be allowed to do it. Going forward. I don't think those things should be happening again, or we are going to see something again. If it comes again, then it means that the person has opened his own Pandora box for him to be sacked.
All right. So since it's an editorial, this is also my take on the issue. First of all, there's nothing on what Mr. Sammy Gyamfi did. I think people are concerned because of the person he gave it to, and then there's been a lot of defense going on in his name that he helps and then all that, But then let us look at the position he's holding, because he's a public servant. That is why all this has come about. And I think I will sound a little warning to the other public servants that we should learn from this and then know how to, maneuver our way when we are dealing with people, especially controversial people. So, Rev, I'll take your last words.
Exactly. I think one area that people also have problem with it, and personally I do, is having those currency or having that kind of currency in
the US dollar.
Exactly. I think basically that has been the problem for a lot of people, considering the way how the dollar, is running like something else in this kind of in the past few years. It's a challenge as a country, and we are finding ways to find antidote to that particular problem. And if a public servant who ought to know better portray or demonstrate such kind of act, it's a worry for the country and the nation for that matter. I think the question is okay. You should just be very, very careful. It should be as a warning and as a guide to him going forward as a public appointee. Yes, that's what I would say.
All right, so I'm going to wrap it up with saying that we should be careful with the way we deal with people, especially as public servants. This has been our editorial. I want to hear your thoughts about this issue also in the comment section. You can leave them and then we'll get back to you accordingly. Thank you so much for stopping by to watch another episode of The Account on HS Television. I'd like to remind you that this show was proudly brought to you by Awake Purified Mineral Drinking Water. Awake says for every bottle you buy, they donate 1% to the National Cardiothoracic Center to help in the treatment of heart patients in Ghana. Thanks so much for watching. My name is Ronnie Teddy. We'll see you another time. Bye.